If you can't hear me, if there's anything that you need during the class, I will keep looking up periodically to see if there's any messages there for me. So don't be afraid to share. In child's pose, forehead can be down on a block or on the floor. I teach without props so that you don't feel like you have to have them, but if you have them, please use them. Arms either overhead or back by your side. And then if it feels good on your body, that's like the big if on everything. If it feels good on your body, maybe rock your weight a little bit side to side and just feel your spine move a little bit. Feel the weight in your shins move and shift, the weight in your feet. And then settle in the center if it feels okay, just finding a moment of stillness for a few breaths. And then up onto your hands and your knees. And just starting to move your spine around. There's literally no form here. You're just moving side to side, up and down, front and back, whatever feels good. Getting into the shoulder girdle, getting into the hips, into the spine. Please just move in a way that feels natural and good to you. Yes, really good. See if you can let go of any inhibitions here as far as the parameters we give ourselves on movement. And then come through a neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Lift the hips to come into downward facing dog. Your hands can be pretty wide here. You can start with the fingers turned open. You can keep that the whole time. And then just like we did on hands and knees, I'm just going to move around a little bit here for myself, side to side. Maybe dropping back into one hip a bit. Maybe you prefer to find stillness right out of the gate, and that's fine too. That's more than fine, that's beautiful. Good. So just kind of getting all those bajiggities out here in the beginning that hold us back from, in fact, embracing stillness. And if it's okay, you're gonna move towards some stillness now. Pressing the heels toward the ground, pulling up on the kneecaps, pressing the thighs back, really connecting your hands to the ground. Drawing the thumbs toward each other, spiraling the pinky fingers open a little bit. Feeling those triceps hug into the arm bone and the biceps meet that pressure by pushing back out. Yeah, really nice. With an inhale, take your right leg back behind you. Start to open the right hip, but keep the right leg straight. Push strong into that left elbow. Notice how it wants to kind of bend and drop off. Keep both arms straight. Lift the right leg as high as it feels good on your body, and then bend the knee. And then maybe pull this right foot toward the left sitting bone. And then come back up through center. Square the hips and then draw the knee down the center to place your right foot between your hands. We're going to put the left knee down. If you need to pat it, go for it. You can release the toes if it's okay. Then we're just going to circle the arm a few times, the right arm that is, up and around. So you're just going to take it up, around, and open. Good. And feedback you're getting here. I'm going to take this right arm up to the sky, tuck your back toes, straighten the back leg, and then just lifting that back leg up to rotate open a little bit more. This is little mister, if you're new to me. He really looks forward to yoga. Really nice. Legs are real strong here. You're going to take this right hand, you're going to lift yourself up, come onto the left fingertips, and then rise all of the way. Beautiful. Your right hand is going to come to the left hamstring, or maybe just to the hips if it's okay. And then the left arm reaches up. So you're in crescent pose, but we've twisted over to the right, and you are getting a nice side bend here. You're getting a little back bend from that upper back. Yeah. Two more breaths. Prioritizing your spine over going, like the health of your spine and going back. So really feeling healthy here, that you're not cranking the back. You're going to root the back heel down. Arms come around for warrior two. Broaden across the collarbones, broaden across the upper back. Yes. Yes. Gorgeous. Yes. Beautiful, Felisa. Really nice. Inhale, reverse warrior, up and back. Keep that right big toe rooted down and gently move the right knee out toward the pinky toe. Trying not to collapse the knee inward. One more inhale, and then bring your hands around to the ground. Step back to plank. Inhale and plank. Use your knees if you need to. Strong straight line to lower down to your belly. Cobra. Inhale, tops of the feet push down, all of the toenails push down. Curl the heart forward, pull the hands toward your hips to lift the heart higher. One more inhale. Downward facing dog with your exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Keep the left leg straight. Keep both of your arms straight. Start to turn the left hip open. Lift the left leg higher. And then bend the knee. And see if you can pull that left foot toward the right sitting bone. And then come back through center. Level the hips, draw the knee down the center. Place your foot between your hands. Right knee comes down to the ground. Inhale, circle that arm up and around. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, and exhale. Inhaling. You get the idea, you're following your breath. Just keep moving here. So there's a lot of awareness in this lifted arm, right? And this shoulder, and in moving in it, stay connected to the right hand, the right arm, the right shoulder also. So you're creating stabilization there. So much of the time we really focus on the moving pieces and we forget about all the stabilizing pieces. Connect to the stabilizing pieces. Yes, yes. You're going to take this left arm straight up to the sky. Take a few breaths here just to really feel the expanse between your hands across the collarbones, the upper back. You're going to tuck the back toes, lift the right knee. You're going to lift this left hand up, get lighter in the right hand, come to the fingertips, and then come up and back, taking your left hand to your right leg. energetically, your feet are drawing toward each other. Make sure that you can breathe. More than anything else, prioritize the breath. Yeah, that's the feedback that tells you you are in a place that's safe, is can you breathe? Inhale, rise back up. Root that back heel down. Warrior two. Bring those arms all the way out and around. Yes. Rooting both feet down, connecting to the ground, energetically drawing the feet inward toward each other. Reverse your warrior. Notice that left knee. You want to keep it tracking over the center of the foot. So energetically, there's this little energy of wrapping open. The knee just moving a little bit toward the pinky toe on that left foot, but without the big toe lifting up. So you're keeping that connection. Yeah. One more inhale. And then bring your hands around to the ground. Step back to plank with an inhale. Exhale, lower down to your belly again. Good. Little baby cobra. Just curl the heart forward. You're going to take your right leg. You're going to bend the right knee. You're going to come around. And you're going to bring the foot down. You're going to push up into the arms. Come back around through center. Switch sides. Curling up. Bring that foot around. And then come back around. You're going to do that a few more times each side. So you're like a little scorpion. One more each side. Come through center. Up dog or cobra. Inhale. Downward facing dog with your exhale. Pause in the breath. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold with your exhale. Inhale, rise up to stand. Exhale, draw your hands into your heart. Pause here. 2 breaths. Just standing. Inhale. Full exhale. Inhale. And full exhale. Release your hands down. Turn the palms open, broaden the chest. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Come halfway up, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, exhale. Long full inhale, long full exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. We flow through this again. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Kneecaps lift, hinge from the hips to bow forward. Inhale, heart forward, gaze a little forward. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Full breath in, full breath out. Rise to your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, stretch back, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half forward fold. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, open, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg back, inhale. Open your hip. Bend your knee. Shift forward with your shoulders. And then bring your right foot behind your left leg, sit all the way down. Like so. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Good. This is going to be a little tricky, and don't worry, we're going to do it a few times. Do your best to just breathe and go through it. Keep your ears open. Don't let it become frustrating for you. It's just not worth it. Left arm outside your right thigh. We twist to the right. One more inhale. With your exhale, unwind the twist. So you're going to think of that scorpion that we did before. You're going to bring your hands around. You're going to slowly unravel. Right leg, the last thing to kind of come around, and then bring it to the ground. Curling up into cobra, and then exhale, softening down. Right leg bends, bring it around. Come back to that seated twist you just had. Bring the right hand behind, left arm comes to that right leg, twist it, and then we unwind it again to come around onto your belly. Curling up, softening down. Right leg comes around, all on one side. Right hand comes around, left arm comes around. Twist it, come back around. Lower down, slow. Curling up. And then this time, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Right arm circles around. One time. Inhale, right arm is going to pick you up. Rise up, right hand to left leg. Yes. And then drawing forward, warrior two, right, left heel roots down. Spread the arms wide. Reverse warrior, inhale. And then this time, straightening the right leg, lifting the right toes, sinking to the back of the mat, Skandasana. This doesn't have to be really deep. This can be up high and just working this nice deep, whatever that is for you, sense of shifting into that left hip. Getting some hamstring on this right leg, keeping this leg active, awake. One more breath in, and then walk your hands around to the top of your mat. Step back to plank, chaturanga, exhale. Rise and open, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Open the hip, bend the knee, and then shift forward with your shoulders. And then slowly roll to the pinky side of that right foot, bring the left leg around, come to seated, and then we twist to your left. So left hand comes behind, yeah. Good. If you're new to me, I love direction changes and facing the wrong way and mixing up our world, because that's really what it's all about. Being upside down, being in a place that we don't know what's going on. So the more comfortable we get with it, the more comfortable we get with it. Last inhale. You're going to unwind this twist to your right. Bring the hands around. Plant the hands. Roll onto the right hip. Roll all the way around, and the left leg comes around. Curl up into cobra. And then exhale, soften it down. We're going to take it back the same way we just came. So left leg comes around, pushing up, and then we twist. And then we unwind it again. Curling up and softening down. Left leg leads, Spine follows. Arms follow. We twist. Yeah, you got it now. And then come back around. Bring it down. Leg comes around. Curling up dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Right hand stays down. Left hand circles around. One time full circle. And then we use that to draw ourselves up. Left hand to right leg. Right hand to the sky. And then draw forward with the arms. Root the back heel, warrior two. Yeah. Reverse warrior, up and back. And then straightening the front leg, shifting back. It can be here, it can be any amount, all the way down to the ground, whatever's good for you. Yes. One more inhale. Bring it around to the top of your mat. Stepping back to plank. Chaturanga. Rising, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We're going to do that again. It'll be a little more fluid, a little less repetition. Right leg back, inhale. Open the hip. Start to look forward and then shift forward. Bring the right foot to the ground behind the left leg. Sit all the way down. Twisting to your right. Left arm hooks the right leg. And then bring it around. Plant the hands. Turn the torso. Slowly the foot releases. Curling up for cobra. And then sinking back down. Right leg bends. Bring the foot around. Building wild thing from the ground up. Pushing into both of your feet. Rising up. And then right foot's going to come to the top of your mat. Left hand stays rooted. You're on the left toes. Circle the arm around one time. And then the second time it pulls us up. Right hand to left hamstring or something like that. And then come around to warrior two, rooting the back heel. Reverse your warrior. And then to the back of the mat, skandasana, sinking down. Bring the hands around. Step back to plank. Lower for chaturanga. Open inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Open the hip, bend the knee, shift forward, look forward. And then come onto the right hand, put that left foot down. And we twist to the left. Yes. Unravel the twist. Bring the hands down. So you want to get this deep twist in the spine. Don't just let the foot come flying up off the ground. Curl, cobra. And then back down. Bend the left leg. Foot leads. Rising up. Wild thing from the ground up. And then left foot to the top of the mat. So spot the foot around. On the right toes, right hand stays where it is. Left arm does a big circle. And then this time the arm pulls us up. And we take it up and back. Left hand down, right hand up. And then warrior two. Root the back heel. Sweep the arms long. So good. Reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg. Skandasana, back of the mat. Come around top of the mat. Chaturanga, exhale. Rising. Upward facing dog. Taking the hips high and back, downward facing dog. Pause in your breath. Big inhale. Open your mouth, push it out if it feels good. Reset your breath. Come high to your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Utkatasana, chair, inhale. Good. See if you can drop the hips pretty deep. Yeah. Awesome. Bring your hands into your heart. Take your left arm outside your right thigh. And then maybe the right arm comes up. Maybe you do a big circle. And then hold the arm up, and maybe the left hand comes down. If you prefer here, gorgeous, stay there. Really nice. Reach the right arm back. Come up with the right knee lifted. Left hand to right knee. Don't overthink it. Right knee lifted, left hand to right knee, maybe to foot. And we twist. So good. So good. Push more into your standing foot to lift your heart higher. I don't care if you lose your balance and fall out of it. Push your edge a little bit. Don't be comfortable. Ooh, see? I'm uncomfortable and I'm gonna fall, and that's okay because I'm finding new pathways. We like to be comfortable. We don't grow so much when we're there. We grow in the discomfort, not pain. You're gonna stay turned this way. So we're turning our chest to the right. You're gonna release the right leg. Stay on the left leg, half moon. Ardha Chandrasana, left hand comes down. You can use a block if you've got it. Very nice. Classical is fantastic, right here. If you want, bend the right leg, find your foot, and then pull and push. So all things opposite energy to create space. For as much as you're pulling with the hand, you're pushing with the foot. Yes. So good. Chair pose. Come around slow. Sink deeply in the legs. And then draw your hands into your heart. Right arm outside of your left thigh. We twist to the left. And then maybe take this top arm up and sweep it around. And then maybe hold it up. And maybe the right hand comes down toward the floor. Notice if this right knee is dropping forward, pull it back. And then your right hand is going to come to your left knee. You're going to rise up with this left knee. Or maybe the foot. And we're twisting. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Smooth out your breath. You're going to stay facing the left. You're going to release the foot and come through to half moon. And you're perfect here. This doesn't have to change, but if you want, you can bend the left leg. Catch the foot, and then opening up. And then back to chair pose, nice and easy. Back to chair. One more inhale. Sink down all the way, coming down onto your backs. If you can't go that low because of knees or ankles, just find your way onto your backs, however you want to get there. Bridge pose. Rising up, push the triceps down, push the shoulders down. Maybe lace your hands behind your hips. Outer legs gently inward, big toes rooted, broaden the collarbones, broaden the upper back. One more inhale. Release it down with your exhale. Pick up your legs, boat pose, lifting up. Yes. Bend the knees again, put the feet down, slowly roll back. Bridge pose again, lace the hands the opposite way. If you're lacing, that is. Feet are pressing down and they're pulling gently toward your shoulders. One more inhale. Release it down with your exhale. Knees up, rock it up, boat pose. Your legs don't have to straighten in boat pose. I neglected to say that on the first one. Your knees can be bent here. It's very much about your hamstrings being open and not about how strong you are. So don't let that deter you or make you feel bad. And then we have one more back bend. Bend the legs, well, one more here. We have quite a few more. Bridge, if you'd like to move into Urdhva Dhanurasana, hands come by the shoulders, next to the head, and then you rise up. One more inhale. And then release it down. You have one more boat pose here. Rocking up. Cross at your shins. Chaturanga Vinyasa or simply back to downward facing dog. Take a pause here. We're going to do the same sequence we did before, but we're going to add on and have some options. So don't overthink it. Have fun. Have fun. Right leg back, inhale. Open the hip, bend the knee. Look forward, shift forward. Right foot comes to the ground behind that left leg. Keep turning and twist over to your right. Left arm comes outside the left thigh. Unwind the twist. Bring the hands around. Try to keep this right foot down for as long as you can. So you're getting a deep rotation and then release it. Curling up, cobra. And then releasing down. Right leg rebends, bring it around. Building wild thing here from the ground up, pushing to rise up. And then right foot top of the mat. Keep this left hand rooted. One big circle. And then we draw up. Right hand to the left leg, maybe a little deeper this time. Who knows? Who knows? And then warrior two. Reverse your warrior, inhale. Skandasana, back of the mat. Stay with me, please. You're gonna come around top of the mat. Right hand to right calf, if it's okay. You're gonna draw the left leg in, and then standing split slowly, lifting that left leg up. Bring your feet together, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Maybe open up the arms. Good. Circle that arm around. You're gonna come up up with the knee or with the foot. And we twist to the right again. Oh, what? Yes, indeedy. Stay facing this way. Take this right leg back. Slowly, half moon. With or without Chapasana, that top leg bends. Your choice. Yeah. Come to chair, top of the mat. Come into a toe stance. You're going to lift your heels. Outer ankles in. So try not to just go out to the pinky side right away. Outer ankles in. Heart to sky, arms pulling back toward the ears if you can. Maybe start to take the gaze up, play with the balance. Maybe press the palms together. And we're going to come all the way down into low boat. So you're going to sink down, lie it down. You're here to breathe. You are here to breathe. You're not here to suffer. If you're suffering, it's not intentional. Lie down if you're suffering. Breathe. You can be here and breathe, I promise. Try to lift the pinky toes up and out so the inner thigh is going to wrap down. Inhale, rise up, cross the shins, chaturanga, exhale. Open, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Oh, we have all of that on the other side. Pretend it didn't happen. Forget it. Come in fresh. You have the knowledge of having done it, but come in fresh. Inhale, left leg back. Open the hip. Bend the knee. Shift forward, look forward. And then place this left foot all the way around to sit down. Twist to your left. Yes. Good. Try to keep the left foot down for as long as you can. Come around like you're setting up chaturanga. Bring the hands around. Keep the shoulder heads lifted. And then when you can't hold that foot down anymore, bring it around. Curl, cobra. And then release it down. Left foot lifts, knee bends, bring it back around. Wild thing, pushing down, lifting up. And then left foot top of the mat. One big circle with the arm, right hand stays down. And then the next circle pulls you up. Left hand to right leg, right hand to sky. And then back heel roots down, warrior two. Yeah. Reverse, inhale. Good, rise up. Skandasana. Come around to the top of the mat. Left hand to left calf if it's okay. Start to shift into that front leg and slowly pull that right leg in, standing splits. Feet together, chair. Exhale to the left, twisting. Circle that arm around. Your right hand's going to take this left foot or knee, and we're going to rise up and twist to the left. You're amazing. You're amazing. Stay facing this way. Release the left leg. Push it through. Half moon. And then the feet come back together. Come into a toe stand. Heels lift, outer ankles in. Draw those biceps next to the ears. Maybe start to play with the gaze, slowly crawling it up. Maybe up toward the hands, and then maybe press the hands together. It's amazing what shifting your gaze, your view can do. And we often think of drishti as just the physical gaze. It's not. It goes much deeper than that. It's how we see things, in general, how we see things. And sometimes we put a filter on, literally, but sometimes we put a filter on We're seeing it how we want to see it. Changing our gaze, changing our vision, changes the truth of what we're seeing. It can be about ourselves. So good. Sit on down. You're amazing. You're coming into low boat. And this is the last one. You're only doing 2 of these. Big toes pull together. Maybe pull the heels a little bit apart and take the pinky toes up. And then release it down. Push the left leg firmly into the ground. Inhale, right leg straight up to the sky. So if your hamstrings are tight right away, I suggest bringing your hands to the back of that right leg. And then push the leg towards straight, whatever that is for you. Do not worry about pulling your leg in toward your chest. Instead, just get that sense of extension. If your hamstrings are pretty open, we're still going to take a lot of care here. Bring your right hand to your right hip. This is for like open hammies. Left hand supports the right leg, but you're not pulling. You're just moving the leg toward you from the crease of the hip, without the hip shifting up toward your shoulder. And then if it's there for you, you can reach up and find the big toe. There is no prize for getting your big toe. So use a strap or a towel if you've got it, or just hold the hamstring. So if you've taken the big toe and you feel like you're holding onto the edge of a cliff, no, it just isn't good for your brain. You don't have to suffer. Let it feel, actually let it feel a little comfortable. How's that? And then engage the quadricep a little bit more, the front of the thigh. Pull the kneecap up into the leg more, into that thigh. And then maybe the leg starts to come in even more than you thought it could. Keep the left leg strong. So if you're holding the hamstring, you're going to continue holding the hamstring. If you're holding the foot, you're going to bend the knee a little bit. You're going to take the left hand to your foot. And then maybe re-straighten there, and then maybe a couple inches come across. If you're holding the hamstring, you're coming across a couple inches holding here. Yeah? It's not a twist. This is not a twist. We're actually just opening up this outer right leg. Hip stays rooted. I mean, there's like a little mini twist. Come back through center. Everybody bend this right leg. Use the leg, push yourself up. Yes. Now, right knee can bend. I recommend it to start if you're not sure. Move on to your sitting bones. There's a little bit of the energy of boat pose here, but you're not doing boat pose. You're going to push this leg out, whether it straightens or not, and then the right arm goes back behind you. This is a twist. This is a twist. Really nice. Come back through center. You can keep your hand where it is. If you've got your hand on the pinky side of that foot, bring your right hand to the arch of your foot, and then maybe drop a little higher. And then bend this right knee. Bring the right foot way up on top of the thigh. If that doesn't feel good, bring it to the inner thigh. So if it's okay, you're going to put the pinky side of the right foot up onto the top of the thigh, like by the hip crease. And then sit up tall. Good, lift the arms up. Pick up the knee. Release that right leg out. Come onto your backs. Push the right leg down. Push it down. Left leg lifts by pushing the right leg down. If your hamstring on this side is tight, hands behind the leg, and then work the leg longer. So thinking about sending the foot up to the sky. And again, I don't care if your leg ever comes in. If your hamstrings are pretty open, mine not so much on this side, but I'll talk you through it again. You can take your left hand to your hip and just kind of keeping tabs on the hip and knowing where it is so that you're not compensating by side bending to get the leg up. And instead, keeping the hip pretty put without being rigid, pushing into this right leg and starting to draw this left leg up. Then if you want, you can reach up and find the big toe. You can use a strap or whatever you've got at home, a belt, a kitchen towel, a beach towel, whatever. And then staying strong in the legs, engaging the quadriceps on both legs, feeling that sense of the kneecap being supported on the leg and drawing upward. If you're holding the hamstring, you're going to stay there. You're just going to bring the leg off to the right a couple inches. If you want, right hand can reach up and you come across. Just a couple inches. It's not much. Come back to center, bend this left leg. You can hold on to the thigh. We're going to come all the way up. We're going to extend this leg. When I say extend, it doesn't mean to straight. You're just pushing the foot forward. And then the left arm comes back behind. Avoid being back on your tailbone. Really try to lift up toward those sitting bones. There's a sense of lift that you have in Navasana. So you're going to use the belly a little bit here. Just notice how each side feels. Me on this side, it's like, I don't even know whose body I'm in right now. Yeah, it's mine. It's mine. It's just not familiar. And so by being here and breathing and feeling everything, we make it familiar. With whatever we're greeted with, whatever our body wants to give us today. And we nourish it with breath and kind thoughts. Come back through center. If you have the foot, you can bring the other hand left to the arch and then maybe lift a little more. And then we're going to bend the knee. Bring the foot either to the inner thigh or on top of the thigh and sit up nice and tall. Really good. You're going to release out of this. You're going to bring this left shin to the front of your mat. If single leg pigeon doesn't work, you're going to do thread the needle or double pigeon or something else that does work. Your right leg comes to the back of your mat. And then we come around here. Push the pinky side of this left foot down. Push out to the base of the big toe. Push the shin down. And then use the back leg as well. Push the top of the foot down. Push all the toenails down. Extend the leg longer. Outer right ankle gently draws inward, so the big toe reaches back more. Last two real big breaths. Good, rise up. This right leg's going to come back around to the top of your mat. And you're going to bring the foot to the outside of your left leg, and then we're going to twist to the right. So we've done a version of this pose quite a few times today, but not with both knees bent. So you might find that this gives you some more mobility. And last breath in. And then exhale, release the twist. Your right right shin's going to stay at the top of your mat. Your left leg, with care, stretches to the back of the mat. Push the pinky side of the right foot down, the shin down. Stretch this left leg long and push the toenails down. Push the top of the foot, stretch the big toe long. And then maybe come forward. The majority of bodies that I've witnessed, this pose is best done with a knee wider than the hip. That doesn't mean that's your body though. So find where you feel centered here. Don't worry about the shin coming forward. If the knee needs to be in closer toward the midline of your body, that's where your body is. We are made very differently from one another. Black and white alignment in yoga doesn't work for anyone. So you need to have it like, there needs to be lots of gray area in there for you to explore, to find what your body needs. And rise up. And then bring this leg around. And we're going to twist Ardha Matsyendrasana to the left. Come back around to center. All right, we're going to take a minute, like a literal minute. If you want to come onto your back and take your legs up to the sky to get your legs above your heart, if you want to take a very brief shoulder stand, a very brief headstand, or a very brief handstand to get legs over heart, or maybe even heart over head. You can also do a wide leg, Prasarita, Padottanasana, and you'll get that same benefit. So it's not long. It's under the assumption that you know where you're going with it if you're going to do it. Otherwise, you just lie on your back and take your legs up. Yeah, good. And again, let it feel good. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. Really nice. Awesome. Really nice, Bjorn. Okay, if you are in a headstand, come out to a child's pose, please. Very nice. If you took a shoulder stand, you can come out to plow and then take a fish pose if you like. Yeah, so nice. When you are ready, come onto your back. Have the soles of your feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana. Your hands can be at your hips to kind of give you a sense of rooting. Just take a few breaths here. And then we'll finish with a nice, gentle, passive twist. We've done lots of twisting. You're going to take your knees one way, whichever side is calling to you, and then your upper body goes the opposite way. If there's something else that feels more important now, you'll do that instead. then switch your twist if you are in fact twisting. As we prepare to move into Shavasana, into this last moment of our practice, come back through center. Just do a little assessment on what you don't need to take with you into Shavasana. Take the legs out. So I hope you feel like you don't need to bring movement with you, that you moved enough, so allowing the body to be still. And sort of acknowledging those moments when your body wants to move and pull you out of it. Do you really need to move, or is it just a moment of sort of surrendering more? And then, which thoughts are serving you here? I can't tell you to let go of all of them, because some of them actually might be really important to you in this moment. It's your journey, it's your path. But if something is coming up for you that doesn't serve you in this last moment, just acknowledge it, honor it. Tell that thought you'll come back to it later. So you can have this moment now. Stay still. Deepen your breath. Notice your hands and your feet, your wrists, your ankles, your arms and your legs. And when you are ready to move, reach your arms overhead with a nice big stretch. Maybe even arch the back a little. Bend the knees and then roll to your side. From your side, make your way to sitting. Once you're seated, draw your hands together at your heart. Simple gesture, gratitude, love, honor, thankfulness. I turn it toward you. I ask you to turn it toward yourself. An honor that you showed up today. You give yourself this moment, this gift. Inhale. Bow your mind to your heart. Namaste.